Hey, what's up, everyone? Just another quick review video of my day at the desk. Just go over some trades, what happened, and yeah, it was an interesting day. I made some mistakes in the morning. I was able to correct that and have a nice trade, and then it just followed up with some over trading later in the afternoon. So I couldn't be more excited for this top one futures announcement that's coming out tomorrow, and to being able to trade on the Project X platform again. I was trading it when we were with Top Step, but I just wasn't liking the rules with Top Step and switched to Tradeify. So unfortunately, I'm looking forward to trading Project X and maybe getting away from Tradeify. But right now, I have a 100K Tradeify funded account that I'm 60 or 70% to profit target. So I'm going to just go from there and see how it goes. But anyways, let's just get into what I was seeing in the morning when I got to the desk. So coming into the morning, we had this slide on Friday. Yesterday, you'd be coming into the market thinking shorts. I tried a couple shorts in the morning, and then I caught this long, basically all the way to the top. I was in this trade all day. It was a nice long, just a little bit mentally taxing, but it is what it is. And then, coming into today, we had the overnight. Everything's looking bullish. There's no reason to have a short bias. But again, I'm not picking a bias right now with these market conditions. We still could see some downside here. The tariff news coming in, the market sentiment, so I'm not going to push my luck. I'm just going to enter the market and see how it goes and just feel it out and let the 15-minute opening range set. But let's just get into the trades. So this was my first trade. I tried taking a trade on the news. News was coming in at 10 a.m. And basically, I thought we were going to get a pop on the news as we had this, price kind of chop around the New York. We get this push above. Buyer step back in. We set the opening range. Price comes back down. And I'm thinking that we're going to get a pop here on the news. So what I did is I set my stop to 15 points. That was my max loss I wanted to risk on this trade. I got actually stopped out on the wick. So at first I was a little bit upset, but then I realized that was my max loss, so I got to stick to what I said I was going to do. And it was actually $150, but by the time my order got filled, it was $178. So it just goes to show you that, I'm just happy that I stuck to my rules on this. And right here, big bold letters, I'm done trading the news. I want to say it's a 50-50 crapshoot, and for me, it's just not worth it. These mistakes lead to poor decisions after, and I'll get into the next trade, and we'll go over that, and you'll see exactly what happened. And then here we are. This is my next short, textbook. Break of the opening range low. It is the first break, but I'm thinking we're going to get a move down here, previous day's view up, and there's a big order block here at 5,600. And it's just a round number. I could see this order block filling and going from there. So, we get this push down. I could have taken profits here and been actually up $40 on the day, but I got greedy. I wanted to get my loss back, and I wanted to make at least $100. It was just me being silly. I thought these orders at 55.90 were going to fill, and clearly right at 5,600, this round number, boom, the buyer stepped back in. Price chops around. I should have thought to get out here maybe and just take what I could out of the trade. Instead, I moved my stop up to the New York VWAP, and before you know it, I get stopped out for a small loss, 58.48. So I knew if price took out the New York VWAP, I wasn't going to try and be in the trade, and I wanted to be out of it, so I took my loss. It is what it is. But just my decision making after taking this first news loss led me to, get greedy and let the profits give all the profits back on this trade. So coming into the next trade, this is where I need to be trading and how I should be trading. It's very, very easy trade to read. Buyers are back in control. We take the New York VWAP. We take the start of day VWAP. We push higher. I enter here. We break the top of the opening range high. We get a pullback to it. Right off it again, and boom, straight up. 56.60 was my original target, so I took one of the two micros off there. Stop locked here. We push higher. We get to, I think it was 56.90 or something, maybe like that, and price started to pull back. Once we had these orders fill, I moved my stop up here as price pulled back. I was watching Zach on stream, and he was just saying, as we're talking about the trade, he's like, you know what, just take it. Like, why are you even going to try and hold on to it? And look, I got stopped out here. So if I didn't take profits here, it would have pulled back on me, and then I would have been sitting in this, and I probably would have took profits down here somewhere. So just a beautiful trade. I'm up 327, so I'm up $90 on the day. I should be done. I should not be trading anymore after this, but This is where I'm looking forward to Project X and being able to have that, lockout feature and max trade features and these things. And I'll go over them in a video when I make it here shortly. Coming into my fourth trade, there was no need for this. So we get this move up, come back down here to the low a day VWAP. I got a high day anchor on. I just love the way that price held this, and we get this bullish push off it. We break the high day. This is a big losing trade for me and something I really got to remember. And I don't know why I can't, etch this into my head. But these first breaks of the high day VWAP, when we have price pushed so high, they tend to not work for me. I don't know if it's just the way I'm reading it or I should be waiting later. But as you can see here, it breaks it once. Then the next break barely, and then here the buyers can't even get it up over that high day VWAP again. So I went in one micro thinking that, I'm going to go in super small. Let's see if I can just get, I was going to get maybe $100 up to here. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. Price turns around on me. My last line in the sand of defense is going to be the New York VWAP. Just cuts that and I get stopped out. $130 loss. So there goes my $90 and I'm down 40 now. I really should have walked away. I was down 40. But no, I just can't. I want to be stubborn. I want to be right. I want to make it all in one day. It's just, typical behaviors of a new trader and things I've really got to work on. And then here we go. So that long didn't work. What do? I decide to take a short. We break below the opening range high. We retest it. We break down again. This looks like it's going to be a clean short. I'm looking down here, the opening range low. Maybe even a double break stat. And as you can see, price comes down, teases me, get chopped around, comes down here. This rejection of this bounce off of the previous day's New York VWAP, which should have been my signal to get out. One of the other traders in our group, Rebecca, actually got out, I believe, here for profit, where I held on to this thing. And then, I should have gotten out here. What am I doing? We've taken the opening range high, we've retested it, we've bounced off it. No reason to wait for this New York VWAP to reject off it, but I'm holding on to this trade out of desperation now. I'm hoping, well, we didn't reject off of this. We're going to reject off of the New York VWAP. Oh, we didn't reject off of that. We're going to reject off of the the high day VWAP. Clearly, none of those worked in my favor, and this is poor trade management 101. So here I realize the bulls have stepped back in. We're going to get a push higher. I'm thinking high of day. So out of desperation, I flip my bias. I basically reversed my position, and now I'm long. This is something I've done maybe once or twice in my whole year and a bit trading, so it's not something I do often, but you can tell clearly I wasn't thinking well, so I reversed my position. We get this push up. I take close here. I'm still down $200 on the trade. So I would have been down 400 if I did not take this, reverse this long here, and just got stopped out on the short. So I mitigated that loss in half, but at the end of the day, I'm down 240, and it was just a kick in the balls, not needed. But, let's just have a quick glance at the calendar and go from there. And yeah, here's the calendar. Here's last week. I started yesterday, 475 was great. And coming into today, it's 221. So start of the month, I'm down $220. I'm up still 2,100 in this funded account. So we got a profit target of 3,100, so I'm pretty good. I'm trading decent. I got a 53% win rate today. I took 4 losses basically, so that really hurt this. And I'm winning, like, my day win rate's about 66. I'm shooting for 70%, and I'm keeping my winners bigger than my losers. So little things are starting to add up. Things are starting to fall into place. But I'm excited for tomorrow. It's going to be a big announcement from Top One. I'm going to have discount codes, so just follow along. I'll be dropping stuff on my Instagram, on my X, and it's gonna be a wild day, to say the least. Tariffs are coming into effect, so we're gonna make sure we stay focused. Gonna be having some new accounts to trade. Gonna be trading back on Project X, which I personally, as a new trader, love. Great software for a learning trader. It's so user friendly. It is just the way you can drag your stop and your positions and see everything and how it works very seamlessly, and it's not you don't got to worry about resting orders or any of that stuff sitting, or limit orders sitting out like you do with Trade-Evate. So looking forward to tomorrow, but yeah, hit that subscribe button, comment, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow.